welcome back to my channel. It's Jasmine. For those who are new, I am a full-time nurse working in Ontario, Canada, but I also like to casually resell on the US and Canadian Poshmark app as well as eBay. You can find me at Afternoon Tea on the Canadian app as well as Tea Time on the US app. For today's video, I want to share my sales for the month of January. I'll share kind of a few sales that I had on eBay as well. If you like reselling content like this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. On eBay, I usually sell sports goods or kind of things that are one of a kind. One of the items that I did sell was this collection of lost figures. I believe there are a couple of series in this collection, but this was series 1, and it was a collection of 6 figures, and it sold for a best offer of $225. This was actually my husband's, and he was just cleaning out a few things that he no longer wanted, and we were glad to see it go to a new home. Other sales that I had on eBay were a couple of jerseys. I'll put pictures up on the screen just so you can see what I sold. But basically everybody's looking for jerseys. It's kind of sports season for football. Well, actually the Super Bowl was just yesterday, so I did sell a couple of NFL jerseys. On Poshmark Canada, I only had 8 sales. The first one being this Free People pullover top. I think I had it listed for maybe between $35 and $40, and I got an offer of $30, which I accepted. I think I mentioned in my brands video that I probably won't pick up Free People anymore, so this was just one of the leftover stock pieces that I had in my closet. Next, I sold these Goldie Vanna corset jeans. These are super, super high rise, like almost up to your rib cage. They were brand new without tags, and I sold them for an offer of $105. My next sale was this Aritzia Tallulah Exerter blazer. I sold this style multiple times before, and this sold for a full asking price of $42. Next, I sold these Zara super high-rise Palooza jeans. These were brand new with tags, and this sold for a best offer of $30. Next, I sold this Torrid floral dress. It was brand new with tags. If it's any kind of plus-size brand that I do sell, it is Torrid, and this sold for an offer of $50. I think my asking price was maybe $55 or $60, so $50 was a great offer, and I accepted it. Next, I sold this Tatika black strappy tank. Tatika is actually an activewear brand. I think it's a Canadian one. This was my first time picking it up, and I just wanted to see how it would do, and it sold for $10. So I didn't make that much off of it, but I only had picked it up for $1. So I'm still glad to see it flip for about, I think after fees and everything, I made maybe like $5 or $6. My next sale was this Lululemon Studio Surf jacket in size 6. This was in excellent condition. I had it listed for maybe $70, and I sold it for $65. And my last sale on the Canadian platform was this Roots button-up cabin sweater. This was actually my own. It was actually a kid's sizing, but it could fit like a small, extra small women's sizing, and I sold it for $25. My first sale on the US platform were these Converse 1-star shoes, and they sold for a best offer of $50. I think I had it listed for $60, and I took best offer of $50. Next, I sold these Lululemon leggings. They were the Wonder Under style. They were brand new with tags, and they sold for a best offer of $65. Next, I sold this Columbia vest. I had picked this up for $3 from a Plato's Closet a while ago, but because it was brand new with tags, I thought it would sell a lot faster, but it only sold for $18. Next, I sold this Lululemon All Night Festival bag, and this sold for a best offer of $52. Next, I sold these Vans gum sole shoes. These were actually my husband's that he had worn in the past, so they weren't brand new, but they were in pretty good condition, and they sold for a best offer of $20. Next, I sold these Vans MTE shoes. I sold this style multiple times before, and these sold for a best offer of $40. Next, I sold these Clarks Brown Chukka boots. These were brand new in the box, and they sold for a best offer of $65. I think I have them listed for about $80, so I took $65 as an offer. Next, I sold these Harry Potter Marauders map shoes again, and this one I sold for a best offer of $79. Next, I sold this same style but in a kid sizing, and these sold for a full asking price of $55. Next, I sold these Disney Vans. Again, I've sold multiple of these shoes in the past, and these sold for a best offer of $50. It was funny because the buyer is actually planning to go to Disneyland, and she was just hoping that they would arrive on time before they left for their trip. And thankfully, they were still able to arrive, even though all of the delays with USPS and everything like that. I think they arrived maybe like 2 days before she was leaving, so she left a great note saying that she loved them and her son loved them as well. Next, I sold these Converse white dainty mules. These sold for an offer of $50. I think I had them listed for $55, so $50 was a great offer. Next, I sold these American Eagle high-rise skinny crops. These were brand new with tags, and they sold for an offer of $30. I think I had them listed for $35 or $40, so $30 was an acceptable offer. And they sold pretty fast, I think within like a week. Even though American Eagle is kind of oversaturated, I still pick them up if they're brand new with tags or in excellent condition, and they can usually sell pretty fast actually, in between like $20 to $30 depending on condition, style, and whether or not they're new. Next, I sold these Vans skate high gray true rib shoes. These were brand new with tags. I had them listed for I think $65, and I took a best offer of $50. Next, I sold this Aritzia TNA bucket hat. This was brand new with tags. I didn't make the highest profit off of this hat, but it sold pretty fast, and it sold for a best offer of $20. Next, I sold this Lululemon black city summer dress, and this sold for a best offer of $60. I think I had it listed between maybe around 70 to 75, so $60 was a great offer, and it sold pretty quickly, I think between 1 to 2 weeks. Next, I sold these Girlfriend Carolina jeans. These were pre-owned, but they're in pretty good condition, and they sold for a best offer of $60. And these also sold pretty quickly, I think also between 1 to 2 weeks. Next, I sold this Matinette backpack. It was brand new with tags, and they sold for a best offer of $80. I think I had it originally listed for $95, so $80 was an acceptable offer. Next, I sold this Cachet cardigan. This was my first time trying to resell this brand, and I probably won't pick it up anymore because I think I had it listed for like 1 or 2 years in my closet. It sold for an offer to Liker, and it sold for $18. Next, I sold these J. Crew Broken In Boyfriend jeans. Again, in my brands video, I mentioned I probably won't pick up J. Crew anymore. These were one of the jeans I've picked up a while ago, and they sold for a best offer of $20. Next, I sold these Gryffindor Vans. It was another collaboration with Harry Potter and Vans. Again, these are limited edition, and these sold for an offer of $100. Next, I sold this Madewell sweater. It was brand new with tags. This was again when I was starting at retail arbitrage, so I didn't make the greatest profit out of it, but I'm just glad to see it go to a new home. This sold for a best offer of $45. Next, I sold these Prana convertible pants. I think I had them listed for about $40 or $45. They were in excellent condition. I sent an offer to Liker, and they accepted, so it sold for $35 with discounted shipping. Next, I sold these Steve Madden Gretel booties. These were genuine suede boots, and they sold for a best offer of $24. Next, I sold this Lululemon Always and Alert sweater. This sold for a full asking price of $72, and it was brand new with tags. Next, I sold another pair of L'Agence jeans. This was called the Marguerite style, and this sold for an offer of $95. Next, I sold this Aritzia wrap skirt. This was brand new with tags as well, and this sold for a best offer of $45. Next was this Zara ruffled plaid dress. This was brand new without tags, and I had it listed I think for $40, and the buyer messaged me and asked if I would do $30 with discounted shipping, so I sent the offer and she accepted, so it sold for roughly about $28. My next sale were these Athleta Contender leggings. These I had it listed for I think $50, and it's kind of funny because the buyer sent an offer for $45, but when you look at the offer, you can see any other offers that you had sent prior, and I had actually sent an offer higher before. I think it was maybe $45 with discounted shipping, something like that, and they ignored it and just ended up sending an offer for $45, so I just accepted it. My next sale was this Lululemon Black Spring Fling backpack. It was in excellent pre-owned condition. I actually picked this up from Facebook Marketplace, and I resold it for $75, and it sold within a week of me listing it. My next sale were these Vans Skate Anaheim shoes. I had these for a while, but I was just hoping for a little bit more, but this sold for a best offer of $50. And my last sale for the month of January were these Nike Lunar Epic shoes. These were brand new with the box, except they did have like a little bit of staining on one of the heels, and it sold for a best offer of $50. So that concludes today's videos and my sales for the month of January. I'm trying to be more consistent with listing for the month of February, so hopefully that will direct more traffic into my closet, and hopefully it will increase my sales for the month of February. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!